Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I figured I'd jump on here today and give you guys an update on everything I've been working on, and a few things. I'm doing a lot better. Been just sitting around doing some crocheting, getting out walking, and we got baby chicks and baby quails now, so that's going on. And just living life to the fullest. Happy to be alive. So I guess that's the main thing here. Yeah, I just been working on a few things and thought I'd jump on here. I got a pile here, actually. You can tell how much time I've had on my hands. First off, I made this bag. I made it out of the Granny squares, and I put a liner in it with a fastener there, and you can open it up and there's a liner in it, and I put a little pocket in there. This can actually come out so you can wash it. So yeah, I put some foam in there, stabilizing foam, to give it more of a bottom to it. But yeah, I made that. Kind of remind me of something back in the early 70s, late 60s, that all of us girls with the bell bottoms and the clodhopper shoes and the hip huggers and the midriff tops, or the body suits that used to snap down between your legs, if y'all remember those. And I made some blankets. I have some small grandchildren that live out in South Dakota, and goal is to make all my grandchildren a blanket. And so I've got these ones done. I got to get them off in the mail. This one I made for Riverland. She's a year old. This is just for her to cuddle up and watch TV. I used some of the Dollar Tree Chanel yarn right in through here because I ran out of this stuff. This here yarn. Actually, this yarn here I went off when I first started my channel. I went into Liz's Bingo. Liz Crochet and More. She used to hold Zingo, not Bingo, Zingo. And I won it. So I thought I'm going to use that and put that in that blanket. So Liz, if you're watching, here's the yarn that I won off your channel. It's going to be carried on to my little granddaughter. It's really soft. I really love it. So just tried to match up some colors for it, but it's good enough for her to watch TV. Let me get these out of the way over here. Then I got a new grandson coming in May, and I made this blanket for him. It's a bag o' day pattern. So I made that for him. This one I made a while back. It's for Larkin. I finished it. She loves her pinks and her bright colors, so it's a good blanket for her to watch TV. They're all the same kids that in the same family, so these are all going to the grandkids. Yeah, my youngest son is going on his fourth child. I'll get that one out of the way. And then the one I'm working on now, I'm trying to finish up so I can get these in the mail if I don't take a quick trip out there to see them, which I don't see that happening, but never know. This is Carson's. He's the oldest grandson. I'm not quite finished with it. I'm doing it in some different blues. So when I get his finished, then they'll be done. And then I have to finish up some that I'm making for my other grandkids. They live in Florida, some of them, so it's going to have to be a lightweight yarn for them, and because they don't really get very cold. Sometimes at night maybe it does, but not real cold. I'm trying to decide if I want to make them blankets or try a toy, crocheting some of them toys, origamis that I see y'all make, but I ain't that good yet, so I'm gonna try. But yeah, I just been busy as a bee crocheting that stuff. It gives me something to do, and I enjoy it. I really never thought I would, but I kind of really enjoy that. Another thing I'm working on, and I know I've talked, a couple of you in your channels, we talked about it and you didn't know what it was. It's called English paper piecing, and you asked me what it was. So I thought I'd show you some of what it is, so that if you guys are interested. It's really fun and it's relaxing. I do that in the off hours too. I'll set and glue the material. But what it is you can do different shapes. You can make, like, you buy these papers, or you can cut them out yourself, like a quilt pattern or whatever, use it and then cut out the papers. And you glue material to them. And you can make flowers, you can make, let me show you here, oxygons, you can make, and you just glue the material together on the, you glue the material onto the paper with these little sew line pens, or little glue, whatever you want to do, or you can baste it onto the paper. But you put it on these, let me find them here, if I got them, I thought I had them here, hexagon squares. You can buy these at Joann's, you can order them online, you can actually buy the templates and cut them out yourself off index cards, whatever, as long as it's kind of like a, not a real thin paper, but like a cardstock or an index card type paper is what I use. And you take the material and little scraps of material or little squares you buy or whatever, and you put it onto the hexagon square, and you put a little of that glue across the top, just enough to fold the material over onto the hexagon. You'll get the gist here. I'll try to show you. Anyways, and you don't put a whole lot of glue on the back, and then you glue the material on, and then when you get them together, you get them all glued on, you can hook them together like such, and you just keep going. And then you take the paper out of the back, you get your little pen or pencil or whatever, and you hook that little hole and you pull that paper right out. It comes out real easy. And you can put them together. When you baste them, you put the edges together, and you just sew that little edge right there. You sew them two together, that little bitty edge right there. You sew them together, and then when they open up, they're together. This one ain't gonna be together, but here we go. You just sew them together, and they fit together like so. And you just keep going. You can make a quilt. You can put them on the top of boxes. You can make sewing boxes. You can put them on a shoe box to make you a nice little notions box. There's so many different things you can do, and you can get these shapes in any kind of shape you want. You go online, you can order them, or you can, like I said, cut them out yourself. Your options are out of the world. You can do little hexagons. Like I said, you can make the flowers. Here's your petal, and you put them together, and then you sew them together after you cover them. You can put big flowers and make a big quilt, or like I said, make a box, a little, what do you call, savings box. Like if you got kids and you want to save stuff that was theirs when they was little, you can take some of their old clothes, instead of donating them, whatever, cut them up little squares, make you little flowers, squares, whatever. If you got a boy, you can make little squares, turn them into fire trucks, whatever, and glue them on a box, and then put their little stuff in it, like their little baby booties, sweaters, whatever. And little girls, you can make flowers, whatever, and put them in, buy some of them boxes you get at Joann's or something, the bigger boxes, and just, stuff like that, just some ideals. But it's kind of fun. I mean, when you get tired of crocheting, you want to switch it up, you just, I cut all my material ahead of time and just sit there with a glue pen and glue material on the back of the hexi square, and then I just throw them in a box. I get a bunch of them together, I'll sew them together. So I've been doing some more embroidering, and I got these little bags a while back. It's a little canvas, linen bag, whatever. I think it's more canvas. And I did some crocheting, oh my god, embroidering on this, and I just embroidered it up, and I'm gonna put maybe some names in here, in the little hearts. I don't know, I haven't made my mind up yet. Or it might just go in a future giveaway for a Notions bag. Throw a gift card or something in there for my next giveaway, and get that all sent off. Let's see what else I want to talk about. I'm kind of running out of things here, but I wanted to jump on here. I haven't made a video in a while, and see how everybody's doing. Oh, one of our YouTube friends, sisters, she's y'all, I've told you about her before. Her name is Diana Stack, and she's got her test back, guys, and she's got to have some surgeries. She's got some breast cancer going on, and she could really use her prayers. Her channel, like I told you before, is Wild Rose, ROWS, Wild Rose. Yeah, just she's young, she's sweet, she's really pretty, and she's gonna fight for it, guys. She's a warrior, and she needs all of us prayer warriors for her. So if you guys think about it, please put her and her husband Jeff in your prayers, you know, to give them strength and to beat this. Also, happy birthday, Granny D. And D, Creative Hands. Her birthday was this month. I have a son whose birthday is this month. Happy birthday, Jesse. His is the 27th of this month. He lives in South Dakota also. Wanted to shout out to him, happy birthday. Let's see, who else's birthday? Somebody else was having a birthday this month. Skipping my mind. Well, anyways, anybody's got a birthday this month, I'll probably remember later, but happy birthday anyways. Granny D's been kind of sick too, guys, so let's keep her in our prayers too. Excuse me a moment. Sorry about that. Turn that off. Spam risk callers. I hate that. But, yeah, just wanted to keep her in our prayers as well. Peppermint Stitches, she needs our prayers. She's been pretty under the weather too, and I'm just gonna have to start writing them all down. And everybody's been getting these storms and floods and everything. Y'all are in my thoughts. It's getting bad, but hey, at least it's gonna be springtime and flowers are coming up, and it's new birds are coming around, and this hair is driving me crazy. I need a haircut. I like it when I can look out my window right here, and y'all can't see it, but see the birds flying and flowers coming up. I kind of like that. It's a little craft room up here, but I got a window, and you can probably hear the fan. It's nice. Yeah, I'm on the mend, so I've been getting around. Now it's the time to get this weight off. That's going to be a challenge, and I'm hoping I can keep it positive and get it off. It's just been hectic, let me tell you. And let's see, we have Easter's coming up pretty soon, and I want to wish y'all a happy Easter, and remember the reason, and you know, keep that in your thoughts if you're a believer. Keep the world in your prayers. It's really unsettled right now. So much going on. I've never seen anything like it. Never thought I'd see anything like it, but it's what it is. I don't want to talk politicians or anything like that. It's just that our world's in an uproar. Oh, I got some good news too. My grandson, as you guys know, I've mentioned before, I'm raising my grandkids, and his name is Phoenix, and he's 17 years old, and he's a looker, girls. And he recently, where we live, he took the test for regionals for business accounting, and he came in first place for that, and he's the youngest to do so. So he went on to state down in Columbus, and he came in second place in the state. So now he's getting ready. Next month he is going to Anaheim, California for the nationals. He's going to take the nationals test, and I am hoping that he does well. But no matter how he does, I'm as proud as a peacock that he's went as far as he's went and done as good as he's done. Yeah, he's a grandma's boy. I love him to pieces. Yeah, he's a little excited about it. He keeps saying, oh, I don't know if I tell him, you should go. He's a little afraid to go to California, but you know, he's going with a teacher and I think 2 or 3 other kids that are going from other districts or whatever. But I told him, I said, go out there and see what it's like. You know, you're gonna be a chaperone. Might be something you know you'd want to see, and so he's gonna go. So I'll let y'all know how he does on that. And yeah, hoping that that gets him out there in the world. I mean, I have 6 sons, and you know, they've all done good for themselves, so I'm hoping that my grandsons follow in their footsteps. You know, they good role models for fathers, so let's hope that they follow in their footsteps. Yeah. And speaking of grandkids, I don't know, some of you out there are grandparents, and when you hear stories, you know, with your grandkids and stuff, I mean, I don't know about some of you, but it's a totally different kind of love to have grandchildren. I mean, you have your children, and you know, when they're born, your first time mom, they get a little boo-boo, you know, you put a band-aid, or you rush them off to the emergency room because you're freaking out, you don't know what's going on. You know, if they're screaming and crying all the time, something's wrong, you panic, you go. Your second, third kid comes around, you get a little more relaxed. But when it comes to your grandkids, and your kids call and say, oh, they fell down, oh, they're doing this, oh, you're all in hysterics because that's your grandbaby, you know, and they ain't nothing like your grandkids. That's your legacy, and you know the mistakes. I'm sorry, this camera keeps shaking, I'm hitting the table. You know the mistakes you made with your kids, so you really don't want to see your kids make those mistakes with your grandkids. And so it's like you're very overprotective, and you're very, I know, I've lived it, you know, and this is this and this is that, and don't you spank my grandbaby, don't you do this, don't you correct them, you know, you just want them, spoil them rotten. And that's a different type of love. And I remember my brother once told me, before I had any grandkids, and he had grandkids, he was older than me, and he had a slew of grandkids, and he loved his grandkids. They were his world, and he'd always say, sis, when you have grandbabies, it's a different kind of love. Because I'd say, why are you letting them get away with that? Their mama's going to have a fit. And he'd say, when you have a grandbaby, it's a different kind of love. And I couldn't understand. I said, how could having grandbabies be a different kind of love? He said, when you have a grandbaby, you'll know what I'm talking about. Well, he was right. And that's the truth. Your grandchildren are, I mean, it's not that you don't love your children. It's just when you have grandchildren, you worship your grandchildren. I don't know what it is. It is a different type of love. I worship my kids too, but your grandchildren, it's like you're seeing a whole new generation, a whole new legacy, and you know that's going to continue on, and you're going to be the one that, you know, they remember, oh, my grandma did this, or my grandma did that, or, you know, it's a different type of love. And yeah, you want to give them the world. You know, you couldn't do all that with your kids because you were so busy working and trying to make ends meet. And then when you have these new grandkids, it's time to start over, and you just want to give them the world. And so for all you grandparents out there, if you're having that same feeling, let me know, because I just want to make sure I ain't being partial. But yeah, I mean, I do for all my kids and grandkids, but yeah. You know, I never had any daughters. I have daughter-in-laws that are like my daughters, and I have my granddaughters that are my daughters now. So all I ever wanted was granddaughter, because I didn't have any daughters, and I wanted a daughter, and I got daughter-in-laws, and then I got granddaughters. So now I have daughter-in-laws and granddaughters in my life, and that made me happy. I couldn't ask for more, you know. To have family around you means a lot. I'm rattling off here now, so we'll go on to something else. Yeah, we do have our baby chickens are being born. I'm gonna go down to the barn here a little bit and check on them. We have some quails that are going on. We still have our dogs that we're taking care of. Terry hasn't come home from the farmer's market anytime lately with any new animals, thank God. Every time he goes up there, he seems to come home with something else. So he loves his animals. When the flowers and all that get in full bloom, I'll take a walk out in the yard and videotape some of the flowers and stuff in there. Like I said, I've just been working on this and that. I get bored with one thing and hop to another. I'm going to be doing some more embroidering, and I got to finish these crochet blankets up. And I seen today that Crystal from Bago Day put up a sweater that's pretty simple and looks pretty simple. So I'm going to give that a try. Hopefully it don't turn into a dog blanket like my shawl did. But And saying that, the second shawl come out all right. I done showed that to you guys. So when I do this sweater, I'm hoping that it comes out the first time. But yeah. Oh, somebody come up here to visit. Hey, Mushu. I'll show you my little man here. Oh, come here. He come up to visit his mama. Yeah. Say hi. Say hi, Mushu. This is Mushu. He's Mama's little man. And he's spoiled rotten. He likes to come up here because candy dish. He likes candy, which I know isn't good for dogs, but he gets his candy. And you can see over here, this is Tootsie. This is my girl. She's about a year old now. She's spoiled rotten too. They both come up here for their candy daily rations or cookies. Yeah. And they both need baths, brushed. But yeah, it's what it is. They like to come up here and visit. I get out of their sight for too long. They come looking for me. So kids will be coming in from school, so they'll be attacking the door here pretty soon when they see the school bus. But yep. So I figured I'd jump on here and give you guys this video that I've been meaning to make and not getting up. So in saying that, I don't want to keep this too long. Y'all stay safe and be kind to one another, and know that I love you, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Watch out, keep watching for that giveaway. As soon as I reach that 200 subscribers, I'm going to do another giveaway, but like I said, it'll probably more likely be in the form of a gift card to somewhere, or just a Visa gift card or something. So happy birthday again to everybody that had their birthdays here in March. Don't forget to keep everyone in your prayers. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye now.